Hey, welcome back. Hi guys, I'm out here in my garage with my 1025R John Deere, and one thing I don't particularly care too much about my Deere is these lights on the sides. They're marked on the side, so if you have a tree that that's kind of in the way, you're constantly always trying to protect these lights, and this light here got taken out yesterday, so it broke off and was just kind of dangling there. So anyways, what I'm in the process of doing here is I unbolted the bolts here, and I'm going to do this side as well. And so these bolts go through here, wires and everything, and I'm going to pull down through this tube here. These 4 wires, they all are going to disconnect here. So on my tractor, it's got a dark green and to a lime green. So there's actually two lime greens, so I just put some black tape on this one, and then the other ones just match up, black to black, gray to gray. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape a wire onto, I can't find my fish tape, but a wire should work just fine. I'm going to tape a wire onto this group of wires, and I'm going to pull them out through this 2x2 roll bar, and I'll pull the wire up with it, with these all disconnected. And I'm going to switch these lights, okay, so that this one is going to be on this side over here on the inside, and this one is going to be on this side. I'm going to take my plastic welder and re-weld this back up, or attempt to, otherwise that's not going to work too good. I will be replacing that and then put that over here. The reason why is I think I noticed that it flashes a little bit different. What did I notice? It's possible you could just go ahead and turn your lights on your tractor. I've got mine all kind of torn apart right now. I'm just going to switch them, but it should be. No, I think you do have to take this and put it on the inside. So the right one on the outside goes to the left one on the inside, and then run the bolts through. Pretty sure my thought process, that's how you have to do this. So that way, in doing this, if a branch hits the side of this, obviously it's not going to take out your really nice lights. Especially it can be more of a problem on the left side as you're kind of buzzing around a tree, since the left side of the mower, you can kind of hug the tree better. So stay tuned. It's gonna be kind of hard to do this while videoing, so I'm gonna hit a pause here. Okay, so here's what I was referring to by just taping a wire onto this group of wires that goes up to this light. Now I'm ready to go ahead and just pull this out. It's a little bit caught on there. There we go. Okay, I'm going to have to kind of use both hands here so I can feed this up and pull it out at the same time, so I'll hit pause. Okay, so it kind of got stuck. There's the toolbox bolted on there, so the bolts are going through the roll bar, and then this bolt going through here, the wiring is getting caught up on there, so I pulled them out assuming that my hang-up would be gone, and it looks like it's moving through again, the wire. So the other option here is to just cut these wires and add terminals up there and reattach. I didn't want to do that, so I elected to do it this way. Just feed it out. I don't see why this isn't going to work okay. So we got the new wire, or the wire through now. And we can take that off and run it through the other side. Do the same thing. So, okay, hold on. Okay, so I got both of the wiring harnesses out of the roll bar tubing, and both of these wires are hanging here ready for me to pull. Almost ready for me to pull. What I need to do is get this wire through to the other side over here, because I need to pull the wire through from here, because I want the lights mounted on the inside. So keep that in mind. Hit the pause here. Okay, I got this project all done now, and I just kind of wanted to go over a couple things. I decided to add a chunk of metal in here to keep the roll bar from touching the when you mount them on the insides like this, the lights. It is possible to have this pushed too far in if you backed into something somehow, or just driving around and you're going over a lot of bumps, and you don't have the roll bar locked in the up position. It's possible for the roll bar to hit these. So this is just putting a limiter on there on how far it can come down. So yeah, it turned out pretty good. I got that all buttoned back up. So you don't need to take apart any of the lenses off of there and do this and that. I was kind of going that route to see about unplugging it from there, but it's much easier to do it down below. An alternative way to do this would be to leave a little length of wire and cut the 4 wires, and then move it and whatnot, and then go to work and put terminals on the ends and reattach the wires. But that would be just a quicker way, I guess. I just didn't want additional connections in there that could get corroded and whatnot over time. But here's what they look like. So this is why the one light can't just get rotated from the right, keeping it on the right side and having it here, because they're flashing. They're both flashing on the back, but they don't on the front. So if you were to take this and take it off and rotate it around, then the red would be flashing on the front, which that's not correct. So another thing worth mentioning is I was trying to think about why John Deere designed it this way, and it's theoretically possible of some type of law, or the engineers figured it's a better view to cars behind you to see this out here. I can't think of some kind of a law or anything that legally you have to have it on the outside, but you might want to check out your local ordinances before you dive into something like this. Other than that, I guess that's all I got. Another benefit worth mentioning is now I think I can kind of come a little bit closer to a tree and not worry so much about taking out the light. You can go around and trim all your trees and whatnot, but if you're over mowing somebody else's property, that might not be possible, and then something bad could happen. Here's the plastic welder I used to fix the broken lens. On one where the bolt was going into the lens, the plastic had snapped off, so I used the back side of this welder, the end of this gun, if you will, and got it into the corner. So if you have one of these, that's a little tip worth mentioning. The welder that I used is a Mini Weld Model 6. So the other nut, there was two nuts. The insert, the metal insert, popped out. So I just took the bolt and screwed it into that insert and just lightly tapped it with a hammer. And the last, I would say, maybe a little over 1/16 of an inch was still sticking out. I didn't feel comfortable beating the crap out of it to get it to go in. I just took a grinder and lightly grinded it off. So, and again, I did not tighten the heck out of these. Actually, when I went to go loosen the side that wasn't hit, one of them was kind of loose. So if you're not going to do this project, I would take a 13mm wrench on these and just make sure that they're slightly beyond snug, if you know what I mean. So guess this concludes my little project here. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Have a great day.